Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and you're about to listen to an educational preparation hypnosis session. And it was created for a client that wanted to be in the right state to prepare for an exam. And in particular, it was a multiple choice exam. And this client was very, very good at doing assignments and long form dissertations. But because of the country that they grew up in, compared to the country that they were living now, they didn't have a lot of experience doing multiple choice questions. So there is an element here of framing it as a very winnable process, that it is actually advantageous because it gives you the ability to practice and prepare in certain ways. But there's also an element that sometimes when people are nervous about exams, they build them up to be bigger than what they actually are, which means they don't prepare because they're stressed and they tend to avoid it. And when the exam's happening, they're getting all worried and panicked rather than thinking about the questions. So this hypnosis session has an element of preparation. It actually uses a metaphor to make it feel like this is actually something that they can prepare for, is exciting, and gives them a payoff if they win. So if you have an upcoming exam and you want to feel more confident and you want to feel more enthusiastic about revising and preparing, then I think you'll benefit from this particular hypnosis session. But if you like my hypnosis and don't want to be listening to the intro, this kind of explanation, and the outro, in the description, I've actually got a link to some free downloads that don't have any of that. They just have the hypnosis. So if you like this kind of stuff and just want the hypnosis, click the link in the description and you can get those completely free. For now, though, find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe in that slow, long, relaxing breath, and as you exhale, just allow your body to release any feelings of worry, stress, or tension, enabling any feelings of hesitation, trepidation, or frustrations to leave your body in that exhale. That's it. Breathing in relaxation and exhaling tension. As you allow each and every breath to take you deeper and deeper relaxed. The deeper you breathe, the more relaxed you become. And the more relaxed you become, the deeper you breathe. And as your body relaxes, your imagination awakens. Feel a wonderful sense of feeling like you're drifting to a place where powerful, profound changes take place effortlessly and energetically. That's it. Getting deeper and deeper relaxed now. And I want your imagination to take you to a place that represents the most resourceful you've ever been. Time in your past, perhaps. Maybe in a place of study or a place of relaxation. A place of accomplishment. And I want you to imagine you're back in that place, feeling a sense that any preparation that came before was being put to good use. I want you to get a feeling that you have the natural intelligence and ethic to be able to learn anything that you desire to learn. So with every breath, your body relaxes, taking you to that place, a place of relaxation, a place where your mind was naturally curious. And I want you to imagine back there, you see an unusual door. This door will take you to a television studio hosting a game show. So imagine standing in front of that door as I count down from 5 to 1. And as I arrive at 1, you will imagine being on the other side of the door, in the recording studio of a game show. 5, putting your hand on the handle. 4, turning the handle. 3, opening the door. 2, walking through the door, feeling resourceful. And 1, closing the door behind you and finding yourself in a TV studio of a game show. And I want you to imagine this is a high-stakes game show with a big prize. Imagine being invited on to take the hot seat, maybe a luxurious, impressive chair. There you are on the stage. The lights are bright and the cameras are rolling. And just imagine that typical cliché game show host, big smiling white teeth, welcoming you with warmth. You're the contestant, and in front of you is a screen. A screen that has 4 options for each question, and only one is right. And these may be A, B, C, and D, or perhaps something else. And if this was the very first time you were on a game show, you may be nervous. In fact, this may feel uncomfortable, intense. But since this is your imagination, let's imagine that today something is different. I want you to imagine you've played this game before, many, many times. And on each and every occasion that you played this game before, you felt more relaxed, you felt more confident, and your knowledge increased. I want you to tap into that feeling of familiarity, that any tension begins to feel like it's melting away and turning into focus. that any nervousness or adrenaline is there to sharpen your mind, not to cloud it. And just imagine, on the day of the game show, that you can recall playing this same game every day for 100 days. Therefore, nothing phases you because you've done this before. And each time your brain builds stronger and stronger links between questions and answers, between focus and calm. And you realize the more you prepare, the more your subconscious mind starts doing the work for you. Imagine going back in time on all of those days before the game show, and imagine using powerful tools like AI platforms, and you get the platforms to generate similar questions that would appear in the game show. You could think of each session as a rehearsal, and each rehearsal is like building a muscle, a recall muscle, a confidence muscle, until that format, multiple choice questions, feels comfortable. Some would say second nature to you. Just imagine you're in a dialogue when you're back there on the game show, would be encouraging you and calming you, telling you that you've been here before, you've seen this before, you know these questions, you know these answers, and you can treat it more like a game than a test, a game you've played many times before. What would intimidate or faze someone else doesn't bother you at all as you start to anticipate the very questions before they're even asked. That's how good your preparation is. And as you relax even deeper, I'd like you to imagine what it feels like to be calm and focused, even when the pressure is on. Breathing in confidence and exhaling any doubts. Breathing in clarity and exhaling any uncertainty. Because you know something very important. You're willing to do enough, to prepare enough. You're ready. I want you to get a feeling that, what if this game show represents something else for you? An exam, a test. And what if the quiz master is the computer screen? No need to panic, no need to freeze. You figure out how much time you have for each question, and just allow all of that preparation and your unconscious to guide you. Some questions you will know even before seeing the options. Some will make sense only when you see the options. And just like a game show where you can remove two of the choices, what if your unconscious does that for you? A process of elimination where you can make educated guesses to turn a 1 in 4 chance to a 50-50. You don't need to phone a friend, because your unconscious mind is your friend. And your unconscious can recall more than your conscious mind. That's it. Unlock all of the resources necessary. And just imagine what it would be like to no longer see yourself on a game show, but seeing yourself taking a test. No cameras, no studio lights, no live audience and cheering. Just yourself sitting calmly in front of a computer, taking an exam, and see yourself composed, relaxed, and centered. As the observer, you can see that your breath is steady, your posture upright yet easy. You are oozing confidence as you glance at the first question, and it feels like you're playing a game. Imagine seeing that version of you smiling because you know the answer to this question. See yourself selecting the right answer and going on to the next question. And question after question, your mind performs like it's meant to. Not perfectly, but powerfully. With strategy, with focus, with calm, and with ease. And whether you're on your own doing that exam or with a group is not important. You're seeing yourself resourceful, composed, dare I say it, even having fun. Observe as you finish the exam with a knowing look that you've done more than enough, because you showed up having prepared well and done what you needed to. You answered calmly, strategically, pacing yourself well, allowing all of that preparation and practice to help you when it mattered most. And what if, from this day on, studying feels more like playing? The mind likes to learn, it's not a chore. And reviewing feels like training for a game where you're winning more often each time you play. And you get to practice these multiple choice questions where you see the results even before you take the exam, boosting your confidence, increasing composure. Your calm is now your power, and your preparation is your proof that you are more than capable of performing at your best. And allow this to be a seed of an idea, to practice the material and the topics, but also the style of answering them. Practicing these multiple choice questions like it's a fun game, to either confirm that you have the knowledge you need, or to give you a feedback loop as to what you need to spend more time preparing the next time you prepare. So take all of these thoughts and find yourself back on that stage of the game show as you realize you've just won the grand prize. Imagine them showing you that prize, maybe a giant check or a car or something else. Allow the prize to represent whatever you want it to represent, And then you leave that door, find yourself back in that place of resourcefulness. And now it's time to drift all the way back to the here and the now. So take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, connect and calibrate into the here and the now, as I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.